There are more and more sellers making six figures a year selling AI art as digital downloads on Etsy. Many of these sellers got to around 10K per month in about 2 years, but Etsy just released an insane update that'll allow us to move faster and make more sales easier than ever before. With this new update, there's about to be a massive flood of shoppers flowing into Etsy, so there has never been a better time to create a shop that sells while you sleep. My name is Alec. I started selling on Etsy at the end of 2023, and within my first year, I was doing months like this. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take advantage of this massive wave of shoppers while most sellers are just sitting on the sidelines. Plus, if you stay until the end, I'll share exactly what I would do if I was starting today to get to these six-figure levels faster than ever before. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, we have yet another classified CIA document here, and I actually just got word that this document is going to self-destruct by the end of this video, so we better get through this quick. So, like I said in the beginning, Etsy just gave every seller free traffic, okay? And it's kind of crazy, and it even gets better than that. So not only does that mean bonus views, visits, and sales, right? What it's all about, but it's also from AI optimized customers, okay? So this isn't just like an influx of people from all over the world, right? These are exact shoppers who are looking for the precise niche that you're selling, right? And that could be fall printable wall art designs, or it could be handmade necklaces or whatever else on Etsy, okay? So it's specifically AI optimized and tailored to find the exact right shopper for your product. And it's with no extra work, right? We literally don't have to do anything. This isn't some new tool or some new plugin or anything. Like, we do not have to do anything, all right? And this is like a dream come true. Christmas came early for Etsy sellers, okay? And what does this mean? You might have already seen it, but it is the ChatGPT Etsy partnership, okay? So OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, just released this at the beginning of this month that they're going to partner with Etsy, and now Etsy products can show up in ChatGPT search. So let's walk through this because this is a total game changer for anyone selling on Etsy. And this is the Etsy news bulletin that just released at the beginning of this month. And essentially this is how it looks in ChatGPT. So this is the ChatGPT app, and you would just search for, hey, I'm looking for a dinner set, right? You would say that to ChatGPT, and it would come up with this exact product and allow you to literally buy it natively in the app. So this is the ChatGPT app, right? This isn't Etsy. So it's totally seamless, and like the title suggests, right? Meeting buyers where they're at, right? So it's all native. It's like this AI powered commerce platform. Yeah, and it's just a total game changer because the thing about OpenAI and ChatGPT is they have a ridiculous amount of users. Like, I don't know if you want to guess if it's like 10 million, 50 million, 100 million monthly users, 800 million. And that's weekly active users, right? So that's just absolutely nuts. Like, I know I'm one of them, right? I use ChatGPT probably every day. And it's just, yeah, I mean, it's the future. Like, it is the platform of the future. And so the fact that they are integrating with Etsy is like a great sign for the millions of entrepreneurs selling on Etsy, but those specifically who are selling AI art products, and even more specifically, those who are taking advantage of the stuff we're going to cover later in this video. So let's go ahead and see this in action, right? Let's see how it works, because this is all live. Like, we don't have to wait for anything. So if I go into ChatGPT right here, I just have a simple prompt: help me find printable wall art products in a fall oil painting style. I click go. It's going to give us like a quick blurb about printable wall art and what to look for. And then it's going to give us a few recommendations directly from Etsy. So this is pretty cool. So great. Here's what to look for, right? What to check out. Look for 300 DPI, check file formats, right? Everything you would expect. And then it just gives you some examples down here, right? And we can literally just click on these, and then it opens it here on the right. So we can pan through some of the listing images, right? It just gives you 3 options for each. But like, here's a vintage oil bundle for wall art paintings, right? We can literally click buy right here to buy it right now. We can click on another one, same thing, and then another one, right? So yeah, it's really as easy as that, and they even give us more like this, right? So it's kind of crazy. I mean, it seems really simple, but like, this just unlocked a whole new set of, like, a whole new audience for Etsy. So, you know, if you're Luna Art Prints US, right, I think they got all 3 of these slots, right? And you can even click it to see it on Etsy, right? Open it up in a new tab. And like, this isn't like the ultimate best seller AI art fall bundle, right? They have an estimated 42 sales. So it seems like ChatGPT is kind of giving some love to the smaller shops, or like the more medium-sized shops who are just getting going, which is amazing to see, right? Like Luma Art Studios, yeah, they have 4.7K sales, but like not 400K like Northbrent's, right? Yeah, so that's awesome to see. And honestly, it just goes to show that even if you're getting started right now, there is still room in the market to make a ton of sales and like get this huge new wave of traffic, right? I get a ton of questions and comments about Etsy being saturated, but it's all about niching down and just like building your shop's profile, right? Like its own brand, essentially, like building a brand, right? These guys did a great job with this vintage, like kind of cute, like boho, rustic style. And I mean, it's paying off. Like they got all three of those slots in ChatGPT. So I think their sales are just about to skyrocket. And they only have 500 listings, right, in a year. So they're still kind of writing their own story here and getting started. And we'll look at a few other shops in just a sec to show kind of what's possible with this. So as you can see, Etsy sellers are about to blow up with all this extra traffic. And yeah, I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships. So this is going to be nice for literally everybody selling on Etsy, which is awesome. It's just like a universal lift to the entire platform. So let's go ahead and get back to our CIA document here, because the next logical question, of course, is how do we take advantage of this new traffic, right? It's one thing for me to share how it works and to see it in action, but how do we take advantage of this traffic and like get placed in that search result? So it all starts with winning on quantity and quality. So what do I mean by that, right? Well, of course you could make, a couple amazing art designs or bundles like we saw from that other shop, and you'd probably get some sales, right? But if you only had 5 listings in your entire shop, even if they're amazing, like your shop's brand and profile is not going to grow enough to get placed in these search results. Like the algorithm rewards consistency above all else. And so that's where quantity comes in. Like it really is the intersection of quantity and quality. And just to kind of piggyback off that, the way to get shown and take advantage of this ChatGPT integration is to build a shop like the 6-figure sellers. And then like vicariously, you may just end up as one yourself. So let me walk through an example here to show this in action. So first and foremost, we have one of my favorite examples here, Atlas Vintage Prints, okay? So they've spent about 2 years building their shop on Etsy, okay? So kind of long, but not that long. And they have around 40K sales, 38K, right? And like they're not charging crazy amounts, and their art's not crazy either. It's, pretty cute, like sketch designs, kind of oil painting styles like these. Lots of sketches, just like a nice vintage, like rustic style, perfect for Etsy, right? Nice mock-ups, great presentation, couple bundles. Nothing that you or I couldn't do ourselves, right? Like this is, yeah, pretty simple, all things considered, right? But fun and cute too, right? Like they just have a great vibe. And if we analyze their shop with Everbee, this research tool, we can go to the overview tab here. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. So their estimated monthly revenue right now is $9,345, right? And like you might not have thought that looking at their page, right? It looked, pretty cute, like pretty basic. But yeah, no, they're raking in, and that's over 6 figures a year. Selling AI art passively on Etsy. You post and ghost, like you post it once and it just sells over and over because it's fully digital. Like these aren't physical products that are being printed and shipped across the nation or across the world, right? So you just don't have to worry about physical product issues. Just all instant digital downloads from anywhere in the world, which is why I love this business myself. And yeah, I mean, a ton of sellers are loving it too, and they're just cashing out. So on top of Atlas Vintage, and they're $9,300 a month. 2 years to get to that level, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. That's like the best promotion you could ask for compared to like comparing it to a corporate job or something like that. But I want to walk through one more example. So this is Four Sisters Print Shop, okay? So they've only been around for 1.5 years, right? So that's pretty cool. They started in 2023-ish, and they only have 17K sales, right? So they've been a little bit slower of a build here, but their build has been kind of nuts. And also they charge premium prices because they've really niched down. So what does that all culminate to? Well, if we analyze them with Everbee, their monthly revenue is actually $11,300 in estimated revenue. So that's pretty crazy. That's even more than Atlas Vintage in less time, right? Only a year and a half. So like, yeah, if I had a contract that said, hey, you'll just have to post some designs and in a year and a half, you'll start making 11K per month, like I would sign that every day of the week, especially because it's not like you're like clocking in to a corporate job working from 9 to 5. Like you just post a couple designs, like build your shop day after day, and it just snowballs. Like it's a compounding effect. But the one thing I wanted to show here was about quantity and quality, right? So these shops obviously have great quality, but check out their quantity, right? 1,397 listings that they've posted in a year and a half. So that's like pretty solid and healthy number of listings, okay? Over 1,000 different art designs, right? And all kinds of shapes and styles and sizes. And a lot of them are great, and that's why they've excelled. But, I'm sure they didn't start this way. If we look at some of their older listings, like they're definitely not as strong as some of these other ones, but they've, fine-tuned their style and really focused on this like pastel watercolor niche, which has just become great. But like not every one of theirs is going to be a bestseller, right? But it's really just a numbers game. It's the quantity and quality intersection, like I mentioned. So yeah, 1,400 listings here, and Atlas Vintage even has them beat with 1,666, right? So that is quite a few listings, right? And what makes these a little bit more extra work, it's not just like you post to art design to Etsy and call it a day. If you click on one of these, every single listing has 10 listing images, potentially a listing video as well, right? And then on top of that, you have obviously your title, your description, but on top of that, you also have all of these, right? So these are the cropped and upscaled images that come with the design. It's essentially the product, right, that you would print out at home. So Atlas Vintage provides 4 JPEGs directly with Etsy, and then a PDF that has even 4 more. So they provide 8 like upscaled JPEGs in all kinds of different sizes, right? And they do this so it's easy for the shopper to download and print out as fast as possible. Like they can just get the size that's their exact picture frame size and print it out and call it a day, right? So 8 files, 10 mockups, 1 video, title, tags, description. Kind of a lot of work for just one listing. And they've done 1,666. Four Sisters has done 1,400. And just to show one more example of someone who's kind of also in the middle of writing their own story, Melissa Dream Prints is one I came across recently. And they only have 3K sales. They've been around for 11 months, right? So they're kind of just getting started. They have 648 listings. But if we analyze their shop, they're already estimated at 2.4K a month in revenue. And while that's not, 11K like we just looked at, like they're growing slowly and steadily, and to be already making 2K a month, like that's not nothing. And again, it's like a posting ghost. Like you just make these designs, post them on Etsy, and then you can go on with your life. Like I said, it's like you're not clocking in from 9 to 5 to do all this stuff. Like you just post once, sell forever, which is why I love this business, and which is why I think it's even easier than physical products too. There's just so many less variables in the mix. So 600 to get to their level, and they're slowly growing. I think within a year we'll see a lot of different results here. But the one thing I wanted to cover, if we go back to our CIA document here, is that there's actually a way to work smarter, not harder. And that's what I want to close this video with. So I've been a programmer for over 10 years. I've written software for $1 million companies and even $1 billion companies. And I built essentially my own version of an automation system when I started on Etsy. So as a programmer, I started selling. I got to $3,000 months within my first year, but it was kind of a pain when I started. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like cropping and upscaling and doing all this stuff in Photoshop, and I'm like, this is nuts. It shouldn't be this complicated. So I spent thousands of hours building an automation system to do all of this work for me. And now I spend about 4 hours a week working on my shop, and it just grows and grows on autopilot, and I pretty much don't have to do anything. So I just want to walk through exactly how this works and show you it in action. So really all we have to do is create art with AI, with the invention of Midjourney and all these other tools. It's only getting easier, it's only getting better, and it's only getting more fun, in my personal opinion. And then we have to turn them into digital products and then optimize, upload, and post. Okay? So this means like prep those files, create the mockups, right? And then optimize it for SEO, like titles and tags and stuff like that. Upload it to Etsy and then post it for sale. So kind of sounds like a pain, right? Do you want to do that 1,666 times, No is the answer that I gave. So that's why I went ahead and just built this automation system so that we wouldn't have to do that. And yeah, I just want to show you in action. So the biggest piece of this automation system is the bulk uploader software called Downpour. Okay, this is my magnum opus. It's the best and greatest thing I've ever built with all my programming experience and Etsy seller knowledge and everything. It's a bulk uploader that does all of that work on autopilot, like all that work. There's a second step before this where we prep all the files, and that again is this automation that just runs in one click of a button. And then you just prep your listing, you set up your images, video, files, price, quantity, category, and then you just drag and drop your files and they all get posted to Etsy on autopilot. So just to show you what we're doing here, essentially you create AI art with Midjourney, which is totally simple and really fun, honestly. And I have a couple other videos on this channel that walk through it. And then you just end up with results like this, right? So you have vertical, nice oil painting, fall designs. I love the oil painting niche. I think it crushes, like we saw with Atlas Vintage, but you can also do watercolors like the Four Sisters. And essentially you just click a button and it turns all these into these folders, okay? And you might wonder what is in these folders, right? So if I pull up the files here, you can see we have our folders and our files like these. These are the art designs, right? And they just get turned into these folders. If I open up 102 as an example, we have our cropped and upscaled images at 300 DPI and our mockups, right? Cropped and upscaled images. If I hover over it here for a sec, you can see it's high pixel dimensions. These are as big as you'll ever need to upload to Etsy so that they can fit within the 20 megabyte limit. And then if I just go back, you can see we have our big set of mockups, right? So these all get pasted in automatically, right? So the art gets like thrown into this one, saved. Thrown into this one, saved. Thrown into this one, saved. Loops through, creates these, crop, upscale, crop, upscale. So this all just happens in the background, right? And then it goes on to the next one and does the exact same thing for all the images and all the mockups, right? It's totally cool. It's like a conveyor belt. And anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to this big set of our output, go into Downpour here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just go back a folder and drag and drop this entire parent folder into Downpour. And we're going to upload all 10 of these listings live right here. And I just want to show you how simple it is. I'll break apart exactly what's going on, but essentially everything is processing and uploading right now. And the one last thing I'm going to do to kick off a background process is AI auto-generate our titles, tags, descriptions, and now our alt text to SEO boost our listings even more. Okay, so I'm going to click this. And essentially what it's going to do is use AI Vision, ChatGPT 5. We actually just upgraded. So it uses ChatGPT 5 Vision on the back end. And it analyzes your reference mockup, usually your primary, and it breaks it apart, figures out, what it's all about, and then writes titles, tags, keywords for your description, like season, subject, right? So it fills in this, immerse yourself in vintage season charm, right? And it writes the alt text for the images, all in the background while it's uploading, right? So I'm not doing anything. Like I'm sitting here, you saw it pop up. Alt text is all written. This was meticulously trained on the right alt text format for Google and Etsy. It spreads like the SEO wealth as best as possible. Same thing with the titles and the tags, all within Etsy's limits here. Yeah, and then the description keywords as well are just a nice way to create like vintage autumn charm. A nice way to create dynamic descriptions so that not everything is the exact same. Yeah, so it's currently just auto-generating these as we speak. You can see it right there. It's also uploading everything in the background. Yeah, it's pretty slick. So I've spent thousands of hours building this. Like I said, it's my magnum opus. It also does bundles. It does Google Drive if you want to use the PDF, kind of like Atlas Vintage. But otherwise, you can just attach stuff directly to Etsy like Lexington Prints does. And that's the example we're using here. And you can see we have 9 listings all set up. Nothing is wrong. Everything has titles and tags. It's all good. And then we just click upload and it just uploads everything to Etsy. Again, all in the background. Like we drag and drop, we clicked auto generate, and now we're clicking upload. And we could have checked this so it would have auto uploaded itself. So we like truly could have walked away and just, done our own thing. Yeah, because I just wanted this to be as simple as possible when I built it. I didn't want to spend hundreds of hours just clicking around in Photoshop and uploading and writing titles and tags with, even if you're using like custom GPTs and stuff like that, it's just a little bit more work than it needs to be. And I think this business, the key of the business is really just creating good designs, like quality art prints and designs, right? Like that's all there is to it. Like if you have a design like this, having a great title, a great tags, that's super important. Alt text as well. But like ultimately it just has to be a great looking design that someone wants to purchase, right? And someone would search for. That's the other thing. So like fall Halloween oil paintings are in right now, sketch designs as well. It's October, so soon enough it's going to be Christmas, and you can see a lot of shops are already getting set up. I'm doubling down on Christmas designs. We're doing a ton of Christmas prompt drops in the AI Art Sellers Collective, which is my community. And yeah, it's just, I think this Q4 is going to be one of the best Q4s ever for Etsy sellers. I really think that with the ChatGPT integration, like we just talked about, plus just all the new tools, like the automation, obviously I love, but I think this is only, growing. I think AI art is still in its early phases, and yeah, sellers who take advantage of it are going to cash out. So with that, let's go ahead and just look at my shop, just show you it in action. If I go here and go to my listings, you can see I already have 6 drafts uploaded. Downpour still working, 62%. But yeah, I mean, here's an example right here. All of our images, our title. If I click, you see the alt text right there. Exit out of that. All of our files are directly to Etsy. We got our description with the nice keywords, right? Sunlit path through Golden Meadow. Description, price, quantity. Yeah. So it's pretty slick. And if you are curious about how to get access to the software, I had a lot of questions in the last video about this, but all you have to do is join the AI Art Sellers Collective, okay? Once you join the community, you get access to everything, all the automation, plus like a ton of other stuff. And yeah, it's just a living, breathing community of sellers who are actually doing this right now, making like hundreds of sales or just starting out. It's a great group of people, and yeah, it's a really fun place to be a part of. Not only is it, you start strong with like resources, custom AI assistants, you can also scale fast with the automation. And one of my favorite parts of it is it just makes it fun along the way. Like in October, we're leveling up and we're doing $350 in giveaways with a monthly AI art challenge. So you just submit your AI art and we judge it on a basis of criteria. The winner gets $200, second place gets $100, and then third place gets $50. So yeah, you can essentially make money before you've even started your shop if you want to. Yeah, I don't know. We just like make it fun, and it's a super like active community, ton of amazing people in here. So feel free to check it out below if you want to get started and just get your shop off the ground, start strong, and start riding this Etsy ChatGPT wave as fast as possible. You can see if I just refresh here, we have all of our designs uploaded to Etsy completely passively in the background. And yeah, then it's just a matter of like clicking a few and clicking publish and getting them live and starting to make sales. Like it really is that easy. It's post and ghost, right? Like I was just saying. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I really think that you guys, like anyone watching this, has what it takes to create a 6-figure shop. If you just have an eye to create some nice looking AI art, which is easier than ever before, I give away prompts right in the community, and also I have a ton of videos on this channel about making art designs that sell. And it's just so easy with like tools like Midjourney, and now there's Nano Banana and all these other AI art tools that are just awesome and fun to use. I really do think you can do it. That's not a guarantee or anything. Obviously your results may vary, but like I thought the same thing when I started, that I could do it. I just believed in myself, and I'm sure Lexington Prints and Atlas Vintage and Four Sisters and all these other shops just thought the same thing. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Click the link below to join the community and check out all my best stuff. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.